Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome back to the Crack Pack. As you can see, I've started clearing out the second level, and I had a notion when I was building the base, and I was thinking maybe I should put the reactor in the dead center, and then I could branch off like a hub and spokes of a wheel, and then I could put the elevators at like the corners of the reactor or something like that. I'm not going to do that now. I may do that at some point. Um, but I think that I should have done that from the get-go, but I didn't. No big deal. I've been doing some work. The whole floor is done here. I did the ceiling as well in abyssal, no, quarried. Abyssal is the black. And I started building a place for all the AE stuff, and it actually has real power now. I added 4 more fuel rods, and I have them all throttled at 40%. So I think we're getting about 21,000 RF a tick, maybe a little over. So we got 20 going to these guys. I don't know. Yeah, they've got a buffer. This thing, well, I don't think that'll ever have a buffer. But I've got the same setup for the Yellowrite, even though I'm going to figure out a way to run some ME cable down here. I'm kind of limited. I may have to add another reactor port there to get the energy out because I ran my conduit all the way around for the machines. Anyway, we're actually using less Yellorium per tick, but we're generating slightly more power. And Wook built just a massive reactor with, he made a crisscross like checkerboard pattern of fuel rods, and he throttled them all back, and I think it might use less than this and generate like 40,000 or something like that. So definitely the bigger the better, and then you just throttle it a little bit. So anyway, I chose the frost block here because I can make facades out of it and cover up these guys if I want. I'm not sure if I'm going to put what machines I will put here, if I do put any. I think I'm going to put a few, but I'm not really sure which ones. I'm probably going to do the crucible and transposer combination for each of the liquids. I've got 2 induction smelters over here, 2 pulverizers, 2 powered furnaces with interfaces, so I can start making things on demand. Interfaces with patterns will work even if you don't have a molecular assembler chamber. So if I need to make a bunch of glass or a bunch of sand or whatever, I can tell it. The machine or the system sees the pattern, and then it sends the appropriate amount of the material to get smelted or pulverized or whatever. So I want to make a well of suffering right now first, and then maybe we'll make the assembly table if we have time. The reason I need to do this, and I'll show you, I made all these other bound tools. Let me grab, it's my armor stand, there it is. Let me grab my gas mask, just so I can show you this. These tools, let me make sure I've got LP in my network. They take about 10,000 a pop or something like that. So I want to do a little bit of underwater work, and I don't want to do it with the filler. So just watch this. Actually, it won't work if you're on top of it. It will work if you're beside it. Boom! That's the shovel. The pick does even more. And that's a right click. So it's really good for clearing out large areas. You better have one of those digger's backpacks that that's upgraded, because you're going to end up with, well, miner's backpack too for that matter. You're going to end up with everything. So these things take about 10,000 LP a shot, which means that you've got to, if you're going to use it, you have to constantly refill your network, and I definitely need to do that. The Well of Suffering will do that for us automatically. So let me tear down this spawner and stuff. I should have done that before I started, but it didn't occur to me. So we'll pick up all of these and we'll just toss them in the ME for now. I'm gonna need to make some regular ritual stones. I forgot about that. I've already made the slates. I just actually need to make the stones. So this will work with ME, kinda. There they are. It won't do the blood orb even if it's in inventory. So I think I need like 36 of these. I'm not positive. That's what I think. And I needed to do something with these. Oh, we have to make this guy. Let's put all these in here. We have to make this guy. And then we have to turn it into the other one. This guy. See, this one can place dusk runes. This one cannot place dusk runes, and I don't remember where they go. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and make the upgraded one, because it basically does it all for you as long as you have the runes in your system or in your inventory. So let's do this, and we'll just set this. I don't have any other blocks. I need to put that a couple blocks above the altar. And I think the area of effect is like 10 or 15 block radius. I'm not really sure. It works a long way off. So that is plenty of room for us to walk under here. So let's put our ritual stone, our master ritual stone right there. And then if we take this guy, if you shift right click, it changes which one you're doing. Ritual, Well of Suffering. Alright, so notice how it placed the ritual stone there. And it's placing all the ones I need. And I think that's it. Now we need to take our weak activation crystal and activate this thing. And then any mob right here will take damage, eventually die. There's a healing ritual as well that I need to do in conjunction with this, but that's going to take a little more work. I got to get more ritual stones and stuff. So I love the way this just lines up right on top of that. Let's see if this thing works, and then we'll spawn some stuff over here. I don't know if it's working or not. Took a lot of my LP, so maybe so. So let's grab. See, I don't want to get rid of that bee villager. He gave me some apiaries earlier, and I want more of those. So let's get a regular safari net, and we'll put a cow in there and see if it starts dying. It should. I can always breed more. Yep, look at that. He's taking damage, every time he takes damage, we're going to get more LP in our network. It's not very much for animals. If you have sacrifice runes, you'll get a little bit more, but no big deal. So what I like to do here, normally, I like to enclose the thing in glass from like here over, and then spawn some witches so that the witches constantly they constantly take damage and heal themselves. So if I have a witch in a safari net, I don't know if I do. I'll tell you what, this is actually a really good opportunity. What am I missing? I don't have any in-bar. I think these porta spawners are a one-shot deal. But I wanted to try it. I can get a witch spawner from somewhere. Or any spawner really, I guess. If it's gonna spawn constantly while I'm around. Let's look at my waypoints here. I don't think that one is over here. I think that one's at the old place. I'll tell you what, let's just go over there. And we'll try this thing out. I don't really teleport a lot, but for the sake of saving time, I'm going to do it right now. Alright, let's get some glass. Delete this waypoint. And ideally, you wouldn't want a regular spawner because, you know, it only works while you're around, and you might need this thing to work while you're out working or killing something or whatever. So it's not a bad idea to either use an auto spawner, which is a pretty good idea if you have a cursed earth farm somewhere, or a cursed earth itself would be really good. My problem is this is going to be in the sunlight sometimes, so I don't think cursed earth is really a good solution. As a matter of fact, I think the sun's about to come up. So that's good enough. Let's put this thing a couple blocks above this, because we're going to have to, if we do the other, the healing thing. Look, they're taking damage. If we do that healing ritual, we're going to need a couple of blocks above it. So these guys are all taking damage. The LP in my network is going up. Pretty awesome. I don't think you get drops from this. Maybe you do. I don't really care about drops. But you see, it's affecting that guy way over there. That's how far away that thing works. So I want to say it's like 10 blocks below or above, and then maybe a 15 radius, something like that. We do get a few drops. I'll take them, but you know, I don't really need them. Alright, so we've got something going for that. What I could potentially do is enclose that so it's dark enough for the guys to spawn and fall down. But we'll probably end up using witches at some point. I just wanted to make sure this thing was working, show you guys how it does work, and that's how I'm going to charge my network. So that's basically that. I'll put the glass around there a little later. I'll finish that off. I like to put glass, like a layer of glass right here, so the guys don't even fall all the way down, and then, you know, I can run in and out as I need to. Don't have to worry about getting shot, because nobody wants to get shot. Alright, I need to charge up one of these real quick, and let's do this. I'm only going to make 4 lasers because these the facades, they don't really require much power. I think it's 8,000 a piece or something like that. It's almost nothing. This actually might have enough in it. We'll just give it a shot. What are we? We also going to need some of the structure pipe. If I can spell it. Wow. I hate to say it, but for me, this is basically the only thing Buildcraft is good for anymore. I really used to like using the gates, but they don't work on energy cells anymore, so it's kind of moot. Let's make sure these are deactivated. If you leave them activated, they will drain your LP, and you will die eventually. I wasn't paying attention earlier. It actually happened to me. Alright, we'll just put all our magic stuff in there, and assembly table we'll just set up right here, since I'm just going to make a one-shot deal. Basically, I'll just make as many facades as I can get with this many structure pipes, and then I'll be done with it. Okay. I've been making snowballs as well, just so I could put destabilized redstone on them and make the blizz dust stuff. I actually probably need to turn this off because, see, I made the ice for the frostbound blocks, and I got 19,000 snowballs because I logged off for an hour and a half and totally forgot about it. So I've been making the blizz stuff so I can swap out the ender juice for the cryotheum stuff to cool this thing a little more. See if it does any better. Alright, so we're going to throw those in there. Better turn on our energy cell. Is that on a redstone? Yep. Okay. So that'll make 6 apiece. 8,000 MJ. So I can basically just let that go until this thing drains. It might be enough RF. We'll see. Also, I did set up a thing. I had it all automated. And I actually, since I moved my AE stuff, I don't have it set up at the moment. But I've got one activator to place a block. I've got a fortune pick in the next one. And I had an export bus to send all the ores that are fortunable to this autonomous activator. The only thing you have to worry about is if this thing runs out of durability, and I don't think it repairs itself while it's in there, it'll just break the blocks and you actually won't get anything, kind of like if you break it with your hand. So that's one issue. I did set up the ore processing. I'm exporting to this ender chest all the things that'll go through this line, and by the way, I found the magic number of energy upgrades for this energy setup, but now that we've got a couple thousand RF, I think I have 4,000 that I'm not using over here. I want to upgrade the factories and probably move them somewhere else. But I've got this one. Everything goes in there, including redstone, but it's blacklisted because I need it to get pulverized so I can get the cinnabar. And we just saw something or heard something go through. So this doesn't run constantly. It's not that big of an energy drain, so it's doing fine where it is. But I do want to make it faster just because what's the point of doing it in Minecraft, especially modded Minecraft, if you don't overdo it? So the way these are going to go, they're going to go right here. And I may decide that I don't like it like that and move the storage monitors up one and then put another row of the frost blocks right there. But I just figured I'd cover up whatever interfaces I can. You can still interact with them behind the facade if you know they're there. Same thing with ME cable. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with the Forge multi-part, but it does work with facades. So if you have any cable, you can put a facade on it to hide it. So the Well of Suffering was really the main thing I wanted to accomplish today. Let me pick up these emeralds so they don't despawn if I forget about them. I just wanted to do that with you guys so you could see how it's done. That's the easy way to do it once you've made all the things. And B, I think what we're going to have to do is just put an auto spawner up here with witches in it and turn it on periodically because they should last a little while. Occasionally they despawn, you know, no big deal. It's just one of those things. So I think that'll do it for this episode. As always, if you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to leave them down below. Oh, one more thing. You see that ritual stone, when I broke it, it lost the inscription, so they do turn blank when you break them after you do a ritual. Just so you know. Alright, thanks for watching everybody. I'll see you guys next time.